Hello, 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 everybody. Dr. Steve Sabo here tonight on what's today's date? On the 15th of February here in the New York area. It is 8:55 p.m. Very excited to be with you here tonight for the Supplement Hoax webinar. We're going to get started shortly, excuse me, and you're going to learn why 85% of the vitamins that you're taking are literally being flushed down the toilet. So guys, sit down, make yourself comfortable, sit tight, and we are going to get started in just about 5 minutes. Be right back with you. Hi guys, Dr. Steve here. Got about 2 minutes to go, and then we will get started with tonight's Supplement Hoax webinar. You're going to learn all about vitamins, the problems with vitamins today, and we're going to talk about the solutions to those problems. So just as I say, sit tight, hang on, and I'll be back with you in about 2 minutes, and we're going to get this webinar started. Okay, I think we are about ready to begin. Guys, I want to welcome you all. This is Dr. Steve Sabo. Going to be doing a webinar tonight. The first thing I'd like to do is make sure you all can hear me. So on the right, there's a control panel, and you're able to input your questions there. I'd like you to just put in the sidebar there whether you can hear me or not, please. Let me take a look. All right. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay. Okay. Great. Looks like we're ready to begin. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to turn the webcam on for a couple of minutes. Most of the time, we're going to be doing the slides here that I have, and we'll get into that in just a second. So let me turn this on. And whoops, why is this in the screen? Okay. Let me move this over here. Here we are. Hello, guys. Oh, hold on one second. I apologize. I didn't turn the lights on. Sorry about that. Bear with me for 1 minute. Okay. Guys, hello. Wanted to introduce myself here. Let me just straighten that out a little. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I'm an emergency doctor, and we're going to spend some time tonight talking about supplements and the problems with supplements. I call this webinar the Supplement Hoax Webinar, why 85% of the vitamins that you're taking are literally being flushed down the toilet. So I gave you guys all a PDF by the same name. You should have gotten an email. I just sent it out a little while ago. Whoops. Sent it out a little while ago. And if you didn't get it, feel free to email me and I'll get that out to you. It's drsteve@drstevesabo.com. I'm broadcasting here from my office at home. Let me straighten this out. And like I said, we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about the problems inherent in vitamins today. Problems with, number one, absorption. Problems with quality of the pills, and problems with contaminants. Guys, if you don't know about the problems with vitamins today, then you're not making an informed decision when you go to the store to get your vitamins. Vitamins are nutritional supplements. So I wanted to talk a little about these problems today. Then we're going to go over some of the solutions that I have for those problems. So I'm going to get started, and just give me a second. I'm going to put the slides back on, and we'll get started. Where am I? Oh, okay, guys, here we are. We are ready and raring to go. And let me just click that. And I think we've got to go. So we're going to get started tonight, guys. And it's called the Supplement Hoax Webinar. I'm excited to be able to talk about this topic to you. It's a topic I'm very passionate about. You see, I do believe in talking to people that there's really a lot of people out there who just, whoops, the webcam is not off. Hang on 1 second. Okay, now we're ready. All right. So as I said, I'm very excited to be with you here tonight to talk about the supplement hoax, the problems with vitamins today. As I said, I really feel that there are many people out there, and talking to people, that actually are not aware that they're taking supplements that may have contaminants, may be poorly absorbed. The ingredients are not quality ingredients. And my goal here, well, let me move over here, and I'm going to ask you a simple question. Guys, do you take vitamin supplements daily, but still feel tired and sluggish and still kind of seem to get sick all the time? You ever felt that way? I know I have. So I want this to be your goal. Your goal, guys, by the end of this webinar is to look at the 3 factors to consider when choosing a vitamin. And each of them, as I've said before, are really important. First, absorption. Do you know how well your vitamins are being absorbed? Are you just buying the cheapest vitamins in the big box store out there? Quality. So important to get quality nutrients, quality vitamins. Why? Because you're putting these vitamins in your body. You need to know about the quality of the stuff you're putting in your body. And again, there's so many people out there just go and they buy these big bottles of vitamins at big box stores, and I won't name the stores, but I would suggest there's really a better way, and I'm going to teach you a few things here tonight. And finally, ingredients. Do you guys know what the ingredients of the vitamins you're taking are? Do you know, are there any contaminants in there? So we're going to be talking about some of the contaminants in vitamins today. So in addition to that, guys, you're really going to want to stay until the end for a secret link to a shocking video interview that I conducted with nutritional supplement expert Tracy Gibbs. And in that video, I've got a picture of it down below, Mr. Gibbs is actually going to reveal the secret to making sure you absorb 85% more of your supplements and avoid wasting your hard-earned money on vitamins and becoming malnourished, because that's what can happen if you don't take vitamins or you take the wrong types of vitamins. So let's continue, guys. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. So we're doing a webinar on vitamins, on the supplement hoax. Why am I here tonight before you? So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I am an emergency doctor, and I grew up in a town called Lakewood, New Jersey. Where is Lakewood? So if you guys know where New York City is, it's about 60 miles away from New York City, and it's on what we call the Jersey Shore. As we say in New Jersey, it's the Jersey Shore. It's by the ocean. So I grew up 9 miles from the ocean and had a great time down there in the summers. I went to medical school in France, was there for 3 years. Je parle français, as they say in French. I speak French. And I don't know, I guess, do I speak Chicagoan? I lived in Chicago for 3 years, another great place. I finished my studies there. And then I went and I did my residencies in New York City. And gosh, I've been a practicing emergency doctor since 1995. This is year number, hard to believe, year number 24. And I am an assistant professor of emergency medicine. You know, where I work, I live in northern New Jersey, not far, about 20 miles from New York City. And my practice is in an emergency department. It's a suburban emergency department where I see all different types of cases, whether it be trauma or chest pain or deliveries or kids or psychiatric. And I'm an assistant professor of emergency medicine. What that means is I'm affiliated with a medical school. And I actually, in this place, I actually teach the medical students. So we have medical students that rotate in and out of the department, and I'm lucky to be able to teach them. Marriage. Well, I'm happily married. I've been married for what will, in a couple of weeks, be our 21st wedding anniversary. And I'm a very lucky guy. I also have 2 wonderful teenage daughters. One daughter goes to college in Connecticut, and the other one's going to be going to college all the way on the left coast in Los Angeles. You know what, guys? As much as I really like what I do, I love what I do, I realized, you know what? The problem is I just spend too much time away from my family. So what did I do about it? I did something about it, and I entered the home business industry. I got involved with several businesses. I've got several health-related businesses. And I actually do a social media marketing business. And what I do with that business is that I help home business owners market themselves on social media. You want to find a little bit more of that? You can go to my Facebook fan page, my Instagram account, or my website, and it's all Dr. like the spelling up in the top, Dr. Steve Sabo. So that's the drstevesabo.com. And anyone who's interested, I have over 300 teaching videos on my website and on those other pages, because I love doing videos and I love teaching. In this case, in the hospital, I teach the medical students, and here I love teaching fellow network marketers, and I teach them how to grow their business using social media. In addition, I have teaching videos on home business industry. So I love all of that. But as I said, and you can tell, I hope, that I'm very passionate about my businesses. By the way, this picture here is me shooting a video. You see, all I do is I use my iPhone and I take the videos, many of them, some of them at the desk here, and many of them outside. And of course, it's the winter, so I'm not doing any outdoor videos right now. Personal development. You know, guys, so you know, I am a huge believer in personal development. If you don't do personal development, you don't grow. And if you don't grow, you actually move backwards. And in order to progress in your business, in life, I believe you need to do personal development. And our team is always sending out information, books of the month about personal development. I'm reading a great book right now by John Maxwell, Winning with People, and it talks about connecting with people. And I do my personal development 30 minutes before bedtime. I'm sitting there reading the good book. So let's get into the webinar here, and we're going to talk about vitamins. I want you to ask yourself two questions here, two key questions. Number one, are the vitamins you're taking really being absorbed? And number two, are they really healthy for you? Also, guys, what are the most important things to take into account when deciding what vitamins to invest in? I want you to imagine, for instance, I want you to imagine the difference in your health and energy if you actually absorbed 85% more of the vitamins you're taking, and those vitamins did not have contaminants. Think of that for a minute. Wouldn't we all be better off? So, guys, many of us take vitamins every day. We need them for good health. But the problem is most of us don't eat nutritious foods. Let's talk about this slide right here. And who takes dietary supplements? So it breaks down on this slide the different segments of the population. So the dietary supplement consumer, 71% of US adults take dietary supplements. So 7 out of every 10, a high number. And if you just look at adult women, that's 77%. Men, it's a little bit less, it's 65%. And of adults with children in the household, 74% take supplements. And of adults without children in the household, 70% take supplements. And if you break it down by age, you can see the 3 age groups on the bottom here. And basically, it's 70% over the board. 70% of US adults take supplements, and break it down by sex, break it down by age. And it's really about the same. And it's 7 out of every 10 people. So a fascinating number, guys. Now, let's talk about the main part of this talk. And I love talking about absorption of nutrients. And this, to me, is certainly one of the key factors to consider when choosing a vitamin. And we're going to first talk about absorption. So here's a great quote. First, I'll say that most vitamins just aren't absorbed. Did you ever hear this quote before? And I know I have. I'm sure you guys have too. And it says your body doesn't absorb vitamins, and all you get from taking vitamins is expensive urine. You pee out the vitamins in the urine. What a waste of money. What a waste of vitamins. And it's something that many of you just take for granted, that you're taking the vitamins and it's helping you. But really what's happening is you're peeing most of that out into the toilet. So now I'd like to show you a picture here of the digestive tract in humans, and like to talk about absorption of vitamins and minerals. And I'm going to go through this slide right now and tell you what happens in digestion or absorption of minerals. So the first thing that happens is that the vitamin or your food goes in the mouth. If it's a chewable vitamin, you're going to chew it up. If it's a regular vitamin, you're going to swallow it. But inside the mouth, there are enzymes. There's salivary amylase that helps to some extent to break down food, break down vitamins at the beginning. Then you swallow it, goes down the esophagus. You'll notice this diagram has the esophagus with the O. I guess it was a British diagram. And then it goes into the stomach. So here in the stomach, you have the harsh digestive enzymes here. And this is where most vitamins are broken down. And when they're broken down, they're usually, in most cases, broken down so much that they go into the intestine, they fly through the intestine, and then they come out. And most of it passes out in the urine, or sometimes you can poop it out in the anus. And therein lies the problem of taking vitamin supplements a lot, is that the digestive juices of the stomach break it down, and normally it would get absorbed in the small intestine, but it just gets broken down so much, it ends up passing out of your body. And then if you want to look at some of the other organs, the liver puts out bile. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Bile helps to digest fat-soluble vitamins. The pancreas puts enzymes into your digestive tract that helps digest vitamins and nourishment. And that's really the story of absorptions in vitamins and minerals. And again, we're going to go into more depth in a couple of minutes about specific vitamins and where they're absorbed. So where are vitamins absorbed? That's the key question. And it depends on, guys, two factors. First, whatever type of vitamin is the specific vitamin, and then the type of vitamin. So what are the types of vitamins? Well, there's water-soluble vitamins and there's fat-soluble vitamins. So let's start with the water-soluble vitamins. These vitamins, obviously, they dissolve in water. You need to replenish them daily. They include vitamins B and vitamin C. And most of the vitamins B and C, they leave the body in the urine. They're not protected, they're broken down, and they leave the body in the urine. So what is vitamin B? Let's start there. This is found in fish, eggs, bread, and poultry. This type of vitamin is bound to proteins. And what happens is that it gets broken down in the stomach and it's absorbed in the ileum. See, there's three parts of the small intestine. There's the duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. The ileum is that last part of the small intestine, and this is where you find absorption of vitamin B actually takes place. So why is this important? Well, you certainly don't want to be deficient in vitamin B. And so if you don't take enough fish, eggs, bread, and poultry and supplement that with vitamin B, then you're going to be deficient in vitamin B. Let's talk about vitamin C. And here's a picture of orange juice. And that, of course, is one of the key places where you get vitamin C. And this one, unlike vitamin B, vitamin C is actually absorbed in the jejunum. The jejunum is the second part of the small intestine. And again, absorption here for vitamin C is different than B. This vitamin must actually lock onto molecules for transport through the intestinal wall. So why is this important? Well, see, if you get deficient in vitamin C, you can get something like called scurvy. Scurvy was a condition seen, they called it limeys. They actually, the people who spent months on a boat, and they found that when they didn't have citrus fruits, their gums would bleed. And that's because they didn't have enough vitamin C. So they ended up being called limeys because they realized if they at least brought limes on the trip in the boat, they could eat the lime and it would prevent scurvy. So vitamin C is important for that. It's also important for wound healing. If you don't get enough vitamin C and you develop some type of a cut or a wound, it's not going to heal as well. So the other type of vitamins. So we talked about water-soluble vitamins. And now we're going to talk about fat-soluble vitamins. This is the other type of vitamins, and it includes vitamins A, D, E, and K. You see, guys, these type of vitamins first have to be dissolved in fat before they get absorbed. And these vitamins actually stay in the body much better than the water-soluble vitamins. And as such, they may not need to be taken daily. Bile, why is that important here? Bile is produced in the liver. It's actually stored in the small intestine. And the key here is that it helps break down fats. And it allows fats and fat-soluble vitamins to be absorbed. So what are the problems if you don't absorb? What's the big deal? What if you don't absorb fat-soluble vitamins? Well, vitamin D is important for your bones, for calcium, and to get sturdy bones. Vitamin K, for example, is important in the clotting cascade. So if you don't have vitamin K, you may have, and you have a deficiency of that, you may have some type of a bleeding disorder. So here's the problem. We said that vitamin absorption is just poor. But I've got a solution for you guys, and that solution I would propose is something called liposomes. I'm going to talk about that right now. Here's a picture of a liposome. I'm going to discuss it in a minute. But liposomes, you see, they've been used for years to increase absorption of drugs. They've been used, and as a medical doctor, I'll just say they've been used for many years in cancer medications and antiviral medications to increase absorption of the substance. What they are, they're basically bubbles that encase the nutrients. And they're made of cholesterol and phospholipids. These are fatty substances. They include a head and a tail. So the head is the blue dots here. And then it's attached to these two kind of squiggly orange lines. And that's a schematic of what it would look like. Those are the tails. So if you can imagine this circular thing, which is actually a sphere, a bubble, basically, going through the gastrointestinal tract with all the liquid. And let me jump to the next slide, sorry. You have the heads actually are outward because they love water. And again, outside this bubble is lots of water. They call that hydrophilic. And the tails are interior, they're hydrophobic. That means they're afraid of water. So the construction of these liposomes basically allows them to travel through the digestive system much easier and thus increase absorption of the substances that they carry. So when liposomes encase nutrients, as indicated in this diagram over here, they transport them to the intestine where they're better able to be absorbed. And here you see a drawing of a liposome, and you see the lipid bilayer on the outside with the hydrophobic tails and the hydrophilic heads, and the nutrient inside encased in this liposome. Now here's a great slide of actually what happens when a nutrient surrounded by a liposome approaches a cell. What happens is that the walls of the liposome and the cell merge, and this causes release of the nutrient into the cell. So again, the liposome comes up to the cell, attaches to the cell, and basically the wall of the liposome opens up to allow the nutrients into the cell, and then the liposome itself gets kind of melted into the cell. It's all natural, and it becomes part of the cell wall. So, okay, now we know about liposomes, but big deal. Why is that important? Well, I'm going to tell you some of the advantages of liposomes. Number one, it causes increased stability of the substance. It's not toxic, means it's not harmful. It's flexible, means it's able to bend as it goes around turns of the gastrointestinal tract. And finally, one of the best features is that it's biodegradable. That is, it's able to be decomposed by the body. So here's a great study, and this is a liposome study, and this was from 2016. This is a graph. They had, three different types of arms of the study, so to speak. Placebo, which means they were given sugar water. And you can see that line on the graph is the bottom one. It's the solid red circles. And it shows that the plasma vitamin C concentration, which is on the left axis, was 0. And it continued at 0 to time 1, 2, 3, and 4 hours. Then you had an unencapsulated, just regular vitamin C, and that's the open circle. And you see a little bit better plasma vitamin C concentration, and then it kind of tailed off at the end. But the third and the top part of the graph is the encapsulated one, or the one that was surrounded by liposomes. And you could see at every single time that was checked, the liposome encased substance or nutrient, in this case vitamin C, gave higher levels of vitamin C in the body. So the summary is that vitamin C was better absorbed when encapsulated or surrounded by liposomes. So, guys, we already talked about the first important factor to consider when choosing a vitamin, that's absorption. Now I want to talk a little bit about quality. Poor quality. You know, you guys, I don't know if you know consumerlab.com, but it's a great website. They do a lot of studies, and they basically show that vitamins may contain less than or more than the amount listed on the label. I mean, where's the quality control here? In addition, they show that it might not break apart properly, causing decreased absorption. Can you imagine these solid vitamins? They don't break apart. Well, they're not even going to end up in the urine. They may just pass right out you, partially whole in the stool. And what good is that to you? Because you're not getting absorbed. You're not getting the vitamins that you want, that you deserve. So again, you need to look at poor quality of vitamins. So the third and final topic here is the ingredients. And there are lots of vitamins out there that have poor ingredients. And I want you to just key in here about some of those poor ingredients. First, artificial food coloring. That can be added to some of these vitamins, and it can actually cause hyperactivity. Hydrogenated oils. These can cause increase in the bad cholesterol, that's LDL, low density lipoproteins, and therefore, if it does that, that puts you at risk for a heart attack. Number 3, PCBs and heavy metals, and they can increase the risk of prostate cancer. Talc and magnesium citrate. This has actually been associated with stomach cancer. And finally, I just wanted to mention titanium dioxide. This actually, believe it or not, has been seen in some vitamins, and it's been linked with damage to the lung, the kidney, and the intestine. So it's important to know what ingredients are in your vitamin. So you need to look at the label and certainly look out for these substances that can be very harmful to you. So as you can see here tonight, there really are a lot of problems with vitamins today. Many are poorly absorbed, many are of poor quality, and many contain harmful contaminants. So let me ask you, what should you do? What should you do here? What you need to do is be careful choosing the nutritional products you put into your body. I recommend choosing pharmaceutical grade nutritional products or nutraceuticals because they're a higher quality product. I recommend checking the labels to look for any additives, and I recommend vitamins that have a liposome delivery system that increases absorption. And I recommend a company that produces all natural, high quality nutraceutical products and uses a liposome delivery system. I'm proud to be a part of the scientific advisory board of this company and can attest to the quality of the products. And that company, guys, it's called Viseo. I want to talk a little bit about the company, and we're going to get into the product shortly. And the company overcomes those problems with vitamins that we've just spoken about. So I want to talk about the company, and like I said, we'll get to the products in a minute. We're going to talk about the world-class leadership. We're going to talk about those disruptive products and science of the products. We're going to talk about why the right timing, why now, why this company. We're going to talk about generous rewards. And finally, guys, we're going to talk about the worthwhile cause that I'm so proud to be a part of with this company. So, any company out there, in case you guys aren't familiar with looking at companies, starts with the guy on top, the leader of the company. And there's really none better than our leaders, husband and wife, Dallin and Carrie Larson. You see, Dallin Larson has been a leader in the multi-level marketing world for many years. He's founded actually 2 companies. One company, USANA, that company, successful, products are in the physician desk reference, and it's a company that he led to $1 billion. His second company, Monavi. Monavi is no longer in business, but it was a company that featured a functional juice beverage and loved by people all around the world. He brought that company to $1 billion as well. He was forced to sell the company. He came back and he started this company, and this is going to be his third and final company. Let me just also tell you, here's a picture of Dallin getting the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, 2009. We have 2 other owners I'll let you know about. We have Daniel Picou, a great leader, and we have Dan Zhu, who's the head of Viseo out in Asia. I went to the Asia launch of the company back a couple of months ago out in China. It was very exciting. Lots of people on that side of the world getting excited about this company as well. Guys, now I'm going to get into my favorite part of the talk, being on the scientific advisory board, being a physician, and being able to fully recommend these quality products that we have at our company. So, standard supplements, we've talked about this already tonight, they just don't deliver. Again, poor absorption, poor quality, we talked about that. Harsh digestive tract means that the system for the standard nutritional products, standard vitamins, is very ineffective. You pee it right out of your system. Viseo products feature what we call advanced delivery technologies. There's the liposome advantage. This system, again, forms the bubble around the key nutrients. And we talked about that already this evening. And we're going to talk a little bit about their new enzyme delivery system and the importance of this. So, guys, we talked about liposomes and encasing the nutrient. This is actually used for particles of vitamins. And we're going to talk about 3 of our products that actually use liposomes. But 3 of our other products that we're going to talk about right now use what's called an enzyme delivery system. And that's these 3 products right here. So what's an enzyme system, and why not just use liposomes for these as well? You see, because these 3 products here are not broken down. They're what they call whole foods or whole nutrients. So they don't need a liposome to surround them to get better absorption. What they need is some type of enzyme to help break down these 3 products so that by the time they get to the area of the intestine for absorption, they get better absorbed. As we get older, we kind of lose our digestive enzymes. And it's so important to take multivitamins or vitamins that contain extra enzymes to help us digest the food out there. And that's one of the great ingredients of our first product here, and that's called Core Complete. So what's Core Complete? Core Complete is actually a multivitamin, but it's actually made up of 5 different pills. Let me start first on the bottom, Omega Complex. Omega Complex is a wonderful pill, and it's 100% natural fish oil. Do you know that, guys, that, by the way, all of our products are all natural, but this product specifically is wonderful because it actually comes from Norwegian salmon from Norway. And, I've been taking fish oil for well over 10 years, and I must admit, did I look at the side of the ingredients? No. Did I check to see if they're all natural? No. I just kept buying them. And after I did my research for this talk, I took a look and I realized that there are lots of artificial ingredients in this well-known brand of fish oil that I'm taking right now, actually, that I was taking, because I take these products right now. So I stopped that. My wife returned the unopened bottle, and I'm happy and excited to be using the Core Complete. So other stuff, we talked about digestive enzymes to help break down products. Well, it's in one of our 5 pills here. We also have a berry blend that includes berries and juice powder, antioxidants, powerful antioxidants. We have a superfood blend. That's another pill. And that contains also wonderful go-to cola powder, powder from kale, powder from wheatgrass, alfalfa, lots of different good and important nutrients for our body. And finally, the 5th pill is our multivitamin. Contains vitamins and 72 trace nutrients. So again, this is a wonderful vitamin. You know, Tracy Gibbs, you're going to get access to that video later on. He is actually most proud of all these products of the Core Complete because he feels that it's the most complete multivitamin out there on the market. So let's move over to number 2, the second product in the Enzyme Advantage products, and that is our V-Slim. This product, as well as the other 2, the Core, and we'll get to the energy one, the V3, these were introduced, let's see, about a month ago at our conference in Orlando. They, again, as it says here, all use the Enzyme Advantage products. And with the V-Slim, people were very, very excited with our weight management program. You know, as it says here from CNN, a third of the world is now overweight, with the U.S. leading the way. How many people want to lose weight? And how many people have that as a New Year's Day goal? They want to go to the gym and they want to exercise. They want to eat right. They want to lose weight. And that starts with New Year's resolutions. So for those of us who are distributors here, it's so great because we can help people with these problems. And it's actually a product that was introduced at the beginning of the year. So let me tell you the exciting information about this product. So there's 3 main ingredients of this product. First, there's Garcinia cambogia. It's a natural occurring substance from Asia. Comes from a fruit, actually, and it's been shown to help with appetite suppression and cause weight loss. That's number 1. Number 2, there's a product in this ingredient called Caralluma fimbriata, or Slimiluma is the trade name. This substance, Slimiluma, is actually made by a company in the United States, and we get our Slimiluma ingredient from this company. We have made a deal with the company. We are and will be the only the only direct sales company that will be using this product in our, this ingredient in our products. And this should give us an edge here. So what does this product do? This product actually, Slimiluma, comes from a cactus plant over in India. When people starve in India, when there are droughts, what they do is they cut open the cactus plant and they eat the inside, and it helps curb their appetite. The third key ingredient in this substance, the V-Slim, is actually a substance called Gymnina sylvestre. And Gymnina sylvestre is an interesting plant substance. What it does is it helps sugar cravings. It curbs sugar cravings, and it helps regulate blood sugar. There are people out there with sugar problems, we'll just say, you know which ailment that I'm talking about. And there are endocrinologists out there who advise their patients that have problems with blood sugar to take this substance, this Gymnina sylvestre, to help regulate the blood sugar. Other ingredients in this product are for hydration. There's coconut extract, and then there's some other, there's no fillers, but there's a sweetener in there. Now, I would say that the V-Slim and the V3 is all natural sugars. There is no, I'm happy to say, no sucralose or Splenda in either of these products. Tracy Gibbs told me that he sweetened these products with a little bit of honey and a little fructose coming naturally from a plant. So V-Slim, I got to tell you about V-Slim. I started on this product a few weeks ago. I'm so excited because in the first 22 days, I lost over 14 pounds. And people are getting great results with this product. Great product. 2 flavors, orange cream. It has a flavor of cream, but there's no lactose in it, and blueberry pomegranate. Let me move on, guys, to the V3. V3 is advanced energy, and it helps hydration. It helps mood. It can replenish your body. It can help you, your mind to think better. It's a great product. I take this product before I go to the gym. Actually, I take it every day because I love the way it makes me feel. And when I go to the gym, I love the extra energy that it gives me. So here is our first 3 products. This is from the Enzyme Advantage products. And I want to move on to our Liposome Advantage products. These 3 products here use a liposome delivery system. So our first product in this series is the sleep. I love the sleep product, guys. I love it. Let me tell you about Tamara. Tamara is a distributor in our company. She has a daughter, Hannah, that has a developmental disorder. And she got on stage at our company convention back in May of last year and told the story of the life-changing event in her daughter and her family with the sleep product. So her daughter at the time was, I want to say 8 or maybe it was 10 years old, and she never slept through the night. Never. She decided, this comes in a spray bottle, she's spraying the kid's mouth before the kid goes to sleep. Kid didn't like it, but the kid ended up taking it. I don't know if it was the first day or the second day. And guess what, guys? The kid slept through the night for the first time. The first time. I mean, she couldn't be more excited. Tears running down her face, the mother, went telling the story of how this changed her child's life to the point that, and she puts the sleep stuff in a little syringe so that she puts it in the kid's mouth at night. And now the kid knows that this helps her sleep. And she actually opens her mouth now at night, waiting for the medicine to be put, or not medicine, but the supplement to be put in her mouth. A life-changing event for Tamara and her daughter. So what's in this ingredient? Well, it contains melatonin. Melatonin is a naturally occurring substance in your body, and it is a safe number of milligrams, less than 5 milligrams in our dosing of our product here. A great product a great ingredient that has been shown to help with sleep. And then we have something called GABA, which is a neurotransmitter. And GABA actually helps, put you in a more relaxed state while you're sleeping. I want to touch base on just one other ingredient before we move on, and that's NAC, or N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine I'm familiar with because it's used for Tylenol overdose in the emergency department. You see, the way it works is that when you overdose with Tylenol or acetaminophen, your body is depleted of something called glutathione. And by giving NAC to somebody with this deficiency, it actually helps replenish glutathione in the liver and also in the brain. So a very important ingredient here in the sleep product. And so it helps detoxify you while you're sleeping. Let's move on to the neuro. I love the neuro. The neuro helps with cognitive function. It helps with mood. It helps with memory. Let me give you a case of my mother-in-law. She's 90 years old. She's out there. She met her doctor, told her doctor she was going to start this neuro supplement. He didn't really know what it was all about. Said, sure, Fanny, go ahead. She started it. I'm telling you, she has a better memory than 30-year-olds today. Her doctor and the nurses in the office cannot believe how a 90-year-old woman, Fanny, has such a great memory retention. Let me just talk about a couple ingredients here before we move on in the neuro. The neuro has some great stuff in it. It's got Bacopa monnieri, which is a plant that has been shown to help with memory. And it includes something very interesting called huperzine A. You see, huperzine A comes from a plant, and it's actually chemically very similar to medicines that are used today for memory disorders. You know, guys, because I'm in a supplement company, I'm not allowed to say any specific disorders or diseases because, as I will say, we don't diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. But I will say it's similar, this substance, to some medicines that are used for memory disorders. So finally, our last product tonight and our last one in the liposome series is called Renew. And Renew is a great product also. I'm going to also use my mother-in-law, 90 years old. She took this product because she was having pain in her hand, arthritis pain, for years. Doesn't like taking the Advil or the Motrin. Why? Because it eats on her stomach. And because it eats on her stomach, you know, it can not only cause stomach upset, but in elderly patients, it can actually cause gastrointestinal bleeding. And certainly it's something that you really don't want to take every day. So I gave my mother-in-law the Renew. She takes it all the time now. After one single day, the pain in the finger, the pain in the hand, the joint pain was gone. And, you know, how does it work, the Renew? The Renew actually works. It's got some interesting substances called turmeric. It's got in it from curcumin. It's got chromium. It's got a lot of interesting substances. It's got some antioxidants. It's been shown to help a lot of pain disorders. Again, it doesn't cure them, but we have a lot of testimonials, such as myself. I know when I work out, I used to get kind of an achy feeling all over. And whereas I still get some, it's absolutely curbed it. And that's from the Renew. So I want to move on here, guys. I want to talk about another one of those 5 pillars of our company here, and that's the right timing. Guys, this is the time to join a direct sales company in network marketing because it's never been more mainstream or lucrative. And now, guys, social media and other technologies, it's poised for huge growth. You know, I mentioned I was at the Asia launch of our company a few months ago, and I went there to meet one of my new business partners. He's a gentleman from Bangkok, Thailand, who I actually recruited through social media on Instagram. And he's already building a huge team out there. And you know what? Our company's not even open in Thailand yet. And what I would say about using social media, there's a right way and a wrong way. This is not a webinar where I'm teaching people about that, but that is something that I do. And I will be doing more of that in the future. But before you just blast people on social media, there's a right way and a wrong way. And like I said, we'll talk about that another time. Let me tell you why the right timing. Let's talk about leadership, which we did. Dallin Larson, a proven leader. Our disruptive technologies, our great liposome and enzyme delivery systems, a proven system, and an early window. Guys, this company has only been around for 13 months now. Excuse me a second. I want to just take a quick drink here. Okay, so the right timing. Here's a great quote by Dallin Larson. You can take a look at that. And I am going to move on to the next section, and that's our generous reward section. See, there's 8 ways to earn in our company here. There's bonuses like a customer sales bonus, a product introduction bonus. That's when you get a new consultant and they buy products. You get a bonus for that. You get a team commission. You get a matching bonus, rank advancement bonuses. Lifestyle trips are wonderful here. Just had a trip with the company. The gold trip was a cruise to the Bahamas. They've had diamond trips to Cancun, another diamond trip coming up to Cancun. Wonderful benefits and rewards of being with this company, Viseo. So how do you begin earning? Well, what you do first is you actually enroll in the company. It's $49.95 here in the United States. I believe Canada is right now for $1 because they're not fully open yet. And after you do that, you place an initial appropriate order. Then what you want to do is you want to get in on the LCP, Loyalty Convenience Program, or Auto Ship. And then what you want to do is become a star. You want to sponsor somebody on your right side and somebody on your left side. And we have a promotion going on right now. It's called the Star Maker Bonus. And what you can do is you can earn a $25 bonus when you create a star. So there's you and the star woman with the glasses below. She goes on the auto ship of at least 80 personal volume. You're at 80 personal volume. And she signs up BP on the left, the guy with the glasses, and BP, the woman on the right. And each of them go 80 personal volume as well. So the woman where it says star is now becoming a star, and you therefore become a star maker because you've made a star, and you get a bonus of $25. Rank advancements. Talked a little bit about that. When you reach the rank of gold, there's a star there because that's a reward trip. We talked about the diamond trip, and then they are saying that the companies haven't had any of the royal black diamond or the double crown blue diamond, any of those trips yet, but those trips will also be on the horizon. So levels active brand partner is when you are on 80 personal volume or more. And we said when you got one guy on the right, one guy on the left, you're qualified. And then you need to have 1 to 8 active customers depending on your rank. Finally, the fifth part of these 5 pillars of our company here is a worthwhile cause. And the owners of the company have decided that we're going to contribute to a company that provides clean water to people and communities in Africa. Guys, you know, there are a lot of children, a lot of poor people in Africa that don't have access to clean water. And we as a company and we individually contribute to this great cause where we build wells, and the wells are transported to remote areas of Africa. They're dug deep, and the entire town can come and get fresh water from this well. It's a wonderful, wonderful cause. So start right, start now. As I said, what you do, you enroll for $49.95, place your initial order, enroll in the LCP. Guys, the download, it says download Viseo app. You can do your entire business from the palm of your own hand. The app that you see on the cell phone here is actually wonderful. You can send videos, you can send the PDFs, you can send any type of videos. You can send sample packs to people through this. You can even enroll people as customers or distributors, all from this app, all from the phone. And then once you do all of that, of course, the person that sponsors you, you're going to want to review the Viseo action plan. So Viseo View events. What are Viseo View events? Well, Viseo View events, we have local, we have regional, and then national events. We had a national event in Orlando, Florida a few weeks ago, last month. And we have our big convention coming up this summer in Salt Lake City. Let me move ahead. And finally, I'm going to conclude shortly. I just want to say your future is created by what you do today. And must say a product and income disclaimer. Don't leave yet, guys. Remember, I want to give you the site for the Tracy Gibbs video that I did. So products, again, we do not diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease with these products. They are not approved by the FDA for any specific purpose. And income disclosure, we do not promise any guarantee of a specific level of income or achievement, any reward level, and it all depends on the person's sales, ability, skills, commitment, personal application. So guys, you have 3 choices here tonight. First, option 1, you cannot do anything and don't take advantage of cutting-edge nutraceutical products. Number 2, you can become a Viseo customer and enjoy our products. Or number 3, you can put up the small investment compared to the value you'll get and team up with an emergency doctor who is on the scientific advisory board and become a brand partner in Viseo. Let me ask you a question. Is it worth taking a few minutes of your time and a few dollars of your money to join forces with a company that produces high quality nutraceutical products and uses a cutting edge liposome and enzyme delivery systems? You know, let me ask you guys a question. You know, you've probably been on webinars before. You get excited and fired up, and what happens the next day? Usually nothing. Why? Because you go back to your old habits. The only way you'll be successful is finding a way to break old habits. And the only way you'll break old habits is by investing in a Viseo business. And I can help you use the tools you'll need to become successful. And if you don't do that, you know what? You'll shift right back to your old habits. You know all that money you spend on dinners, movies, it's disposable income. What I'm asking you to do now is make an investment in yourself that will turn into more money. Have any of you guys read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki? He talks about the fact that poor people buy liabilities and rich people buy assets. What I'm asking you to do is to put money into an investment as opposed to taking money away from you. And the way I see it, you can have money or excuses. You just can't have both. So you got two choices. You can sign up, get involved in a business with cutting edge nutritional products, or you can give excuses. Why you didn't do it, why you can't afford it, why you don't have enough time. You can't have both. It's money or excuses. Which do you want? You can't have both. So guys, I'm going to take questions in a minute. If you want to be considered for partnership, so to speak, to join forces with me, feel free to go to drsteveinformation.com. What I'd like to say before I give you this link here is that if you were sent to this webinar by somebody else, I want you to go back to the person who sent you. If I invited you or if you came from my ad, then I want you to go to drsteveinformation.com, fill out the form, tell me whether you're interested in the products, the company, both. Happy to get back to you. There are different choices for communication. And guys, I know I have to shorten this link here, but this is the link to that free bonus interview with Tracy Gibbs, Chief Scientific Officer of Viseo. It's slickem11.gopages.co/Tracy Gibbs interview. I know that's a lot. But before I end it here tonight, guys, I'd like to take any questions that you may have. So what I want to do on the right there, you can go over and feel free to ask me any questions. Okay, we have a question about how much does it cost? Well, as I said, the cost is $49.95 here in the US. I know that to join over in Canada, they have a special. It's $1 to join. And I'm not going to get into that, but we're not for retail NFR in Canada, and Japan's opening soon, but Hong Kong and Singapore, Malaysia, I think we're opening in Australia and Japan, and all these places you can join as a brand partner. We're not approved for customers yet. So here is the website for the free Tracy Gibbs interview. You all will be getting any more questions, by the way? Any more questions? Here's another great question. Do you, Dr. Sabo, or Dr. Steve, rather, it says, take all these supplements? And the answer is absolutely yes. I take all 6 of these every single day, and I love them. I love the way it makes me feel. I have my own testimonials. I've given you some of them here, the weight loss and the sleep I gave you, and I love all the products. So again, guys, I hope you got a lot of value with the information on the supplement hoax, on the vitamins. If you came from somebody else, go back to the person who sent you here. If you're here and you came here because of me, it's drsteveinformation.com. Happy to get back to anybody. And again, here's that long link for the Tracy Gibbs bonus interview. Tomorrow, you're all going to get an email, those of you that registered, with the link to this video tomorrow. So hope you got value, guys. I am going to sign off and see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.